and who meditate at least 6 hours, of the meditation. Then let's see what that is. So that should be Nvayana line, Sati, Nvayana line, and Sati. I see. 70% is actually also fine. So Manvayana line, Mrs. Tara and Sati, you can follow this instruction right away. Those others who did fulfill at least 6 hours of meditation, which is Hema, Asoka, Hema and Asoka. And yeah, it did not come. It's a little bit weird. But anyway, Hema and Asoka can follow this instruction after one session that takes at least 30 minutes, in which you had peace at least 75%. Makes sense? So you'll have like one sitting 30 minutes. If out of that, at least let's say about 25 minutes, you experienced peace, then you can move on from the next session, be it sitting or walking, it's the same, to follow this instruction that I'm going to give.
Okay, Bhante.
So the update is that you still do meditation on muscles. So you make your determination. The determination will be a little different. It is from now on for 60 minutes. If it's 60 minutes, of course, you need to change the number of minutes according to what you decide. From now on for 60 minutes, I will meditate on muscles and peace without any movement. From now on for 60 minutes, I will meditate on muscles and peace while walking. Okay, so for sitting, walking, it's different. If you meditate in lying down, if you meditate in standing, it's the same thing as the determination for sitting. So you use the without any movement. And you, after this determination, you always say three times, and it should be the same. You should not like change the words. Okay, so your determination should have exactly the same words. After you make that determination, then you start at the top of the head, and you gradually accept heaviness and change in the muscles and sinews all the way until the tips of the toes. Now, when you come to the tips of the toes, you need to pay particularly attention. Do you have peace or not? Okay. If you do not have peace when you get to the tips of the toes, well, then you do another round of muscles again from the top of the head all the way until the tips of the toes. You go to the tips of the toes. Do you have peace? If not, you do another round. Now, if you do have peace at the tips of the toes, even during the first round, then you need to abandon considering the body, considering the tips of the toes. You don't consider the body or tips of the toes or anything at all of that. Instead, you curiously ask yourself, without the question, you just curiously watch, analyze, what is this that you call peace? So you said that you have peace when you go to the tips of the toes in this example. Well, then watch, why did you say it? What is peaceful on that piece? Why do you call that peace? Why do you believe that it is peace? What would it make it different so that it is not peace? Where does that peace come from? How intensive it is? How continuous it is? That means, is it interrupted? Is there anything else as you concentrate on the peace? Is the peace rather physical, or is it rather mental, or both? Or is there something else to the peace? Is there something weird happening on the skin, or nothing weird happening on the skin? Is there something else? You make your questions. You make your questions. You do your exploration. The aim of this practice is to remember that peace. You do not need to understand or make big PhD thesis on this. No, we don't need that. You just need to be able to remember that piece. So whenever you would ask yourself, you request yourself, now I want the piece, then through the memory of the piece you had in the last meditation practice, you can recreate it immediately because you know it from so many aspects, that experience of peace. So you are exploring what is peace. Now, suppose that as you observe your peace, as you're analyzing it and researching it and investigating it in so many different ways, you lose it. For example, you get some thought, or you get some pain, or you get some worry, or doubt, or anger, whatever. You lose it. If you lose it, go back to the top of the head and again do meditation on muscles all the way until the tips of the toes. If you see that you have peace back when you get to the tips of the toes, continue in observing peace alone. If you again do not see peace, well, then you have to do another cycle until you get until you see that you have peace when you get to the tips of the toes. And that's all. It's actually pretty simple. If you think that it's complicated, you probably did not understand it. So, do you have any question? Anything you'd like to say or ask? Yes, Tara?
Venerable sir, I have a question. So when I said I have peace towards the end of the meditation yesterday, I think like in the nighttime, as I did the muscle meditation, I started to feel like it was a ruthless, endless cycle. Even though I'm observing, that's what's happened in my mind. So in those cases, if we were to meditate about this peace, um, wouldn't you call that? I did not get a peace since I started to feel like the concentrating on muscle meditation. Um, I felt like it was just endless. That's what happened in my mind. I ignored it and I move on. But since we're getting to day 2, if I started to feel like that, how should I proceed?
I'm not exactly clear what do you mean. How do you feel?
Towards the end
How
of
did
the
you feel?
day, yep, I felt like this muscle meditation, as I'm observing over and over again, I just started to feel like it was a ruthless, endless cycle. Maybe some
Sure,
sort of
sure.
anger. So when I feel like
Uh,
that, how should I proceed? Especially this is on day 2 because you can't proceed to um the next stage without feeling the peace. But at the same time, you're
that's right.
feeling that this muscle meditation is endless, like some sort of like soft anger, so to say.
I see. And what is the soft anger caused by?
That the feeling that this muscle meditation is endless and you're
I
starting to feel
see.
like it's brutal and it's ruthless
I see.
in your
But you
mind.
probably will not have that feeling because you do just one cycle, right, in the beginning,
No,
or
I
two.
did not have that. I started to feel that only towards the evening time. So like
I see.
when I'm
I
on
see.
like 5 hours mark, I started to feel like this is very brutal. This is endless. When will it end? That kind of feeling, like wanting to stop and get out of it. But I know it's a wrong feeling. But that's how I feel. I couldn't control. I just felt like this is so brutal. Why is it endless? Why wouldn't it stop? That kind of feeling.
Mm, mm. Um, there are many experiences like this that you can get during meditation. Can be anger, can be loving kindness, can be lightness in the body, emptiness of the body. There are so many different things that you can experience. Um, because these experiences and feelings are transient, because they just come and go, we do not need to take them seriously. It's moreover, if you had it only temporarily, then I personally would not be concerned about it. What you can do is, if you feel that there is this experience, then you can slow down. Two things that help, in meditation on muscles, if you feel uncomfortable. One is to slow down, and second, reduce effort. the determination in the meditation of each meditation session, that is the time when you make effort. When you make the determination, that's the time when you apply all your strength and you say, from now on, for 60 minutes, I will meditate on muscles without any movement, or on muscles and peace. That's the time when you apply 100% determination. You see, those few seconds when you make that determination alone. After that, should be no effort. You let the mind to just follow that determination. So that helps. It seems that it helps to many meditators. And second is to slow down. So really slow down, give more time to each of those parts. Did you try that?
I didn't. I think I was maybe putting in too much effort, because like at the fifth hour, you're already tired, but you know that you still have to go on. But at the same time, like I said, starting to feel like this is so brutal. Why am I doing it over and over again?
Yeah.
Thank you.
Did you, when you say over and over again, do you mean successfully being mindful from the top of the head to the tips of the toes and then again and again? Or did you ever need to like restart from some
I
part
had to
before
restart
the end?
because in the evening you lose less concentration, right? In the morning
Very well.
time, it's better. Half day is not bad, but at nighttime, you're tired, you wanted to sleep. So I had to put in more effort, but then I lost more focus. So that's when the mind started to feel like I have to finish, but I'm losing concentration, but it's not ending, that kind of feeling.
I see. Do not worry about that. Okay. If you can make it until the end to the tips of the toes, at least one time during that 1 hour, it's totally enough. Do not worry about this, because the mind, as you meditate in the retreat, it gradually calms down. So we want to give it the time. The first day is, of course, just starting up. It's a little bit of introduction. The mind is getting settled in the present moment. So this is totally fine. It could take even 1 to 3 days before your mind is sufficiently concentrated. So no problem if you have to restart from a point, from portions before the tips of the toes throughout that 1 hour. It's actually totally fine. Now, for the second level, where you're going to observe the piece alone, that of course is a little bit more complicated, because if you do not get to the end, well, then you cannot actually move to the next level. But it's still fine. It is still actually totally fine. Before we get to meditation on loving kindness, this is not a problem. We hope to move. So, for example, you will meditate on the muscles. You will finish, get to the nose, some thoughts. Okay, so we're restarting. You will get to the neck, some thoughts. Okay, so we're starting. You will get to the shoulders. Okay, some thoughts. Again, we're starting. That's totally fine. And you can, even if that happens all 1 hour, you don't even get to the tips of the toes. So you do not even get to meditate to any piece alone. It's totally fine. Just make sure that you can like make a little note. If you write down your minutes of your practice, you can make a little note. No meditation on the piece at all here. And because I will be asking you tomorrow, how many percent of your meditation 6 hours did you observe peace alone? Okay, and I will be only interested in that time according to your feeling. I don't want exact numbers. I don't care about it. If you have the feeling that it's 80%, but it was 20, it is actually 80%. I just want to know your feeling. That's totally enough for me. So I will ask you, how many percent of those 6 hours or whatever the time you meditated did you actually concentrate on the piece alone? Now, even if you lose 1 whole hour where you only get muscles, you still can get you still can get 5 out of 6 hours peace. You still can get quite a good percentage. And I will again require 75% or at least 70% for to go further to the loving kindness practice. When you go to the loving kindness practice, you will need to have this mastered at least a little, because you have 10 minutes, not 1 hour, to get that piece. You will then use that piece to share with other living beings. So if you cannot make it within 10 minutes, you still can do things, but it will be unnecessarily complicated. So you still have 1 hour to enjoy that, to let it be. And then even when you get to loving kindness and you still feel that you don't get concentrated or peaceful, there's a way how to get around that. So just let it be. The more you pressure, the more you press it, the more anger there is, and then in addition to not being concentrated and calm, you also get angry. You see, so it gets only worse. It doesn't really help. Best attitude to this practice, to this retreat, is I'm going to enjoy it. If I'm not enjoying it, I misunderstood the instruction. All right. Even for the meditation posture, you see, I have provided the secondary posture so that you do not come into the situation where you would have pain in your legs, or at least not for a long time. So the intention is that you don't have any pain, that you experience it comfortably. You see, even meditation on chair is here totally fine. It counts exactly the same as meditation on the floor. So the idea is that you enjoy it. The more you enjoy it, the more you appreciate it. Well, then the longer time you can meditate, and the higher chance is that you will appreciate the present moment and therefore see and understand something. Okay, is it clear now? Very well. Any other question? Anything you'd like to know? Yes, Emma.
Thankfully, so there were times when at the same time I could experience that my awareness is going like through my arm or through my face, but at the same time there are some back thoughts, like there are some songs going on or there are some thoughts going on. So like I was like, you can let it go. You focus on the awareness. So is that right? Or if there is like can this happen parallelly, or do I need to focus on one thing at a time?
Yes, of course you need to focus on one thing at a time, but as you practice this thing, there will be like many um, interstages, like small improvements. So you cannot expect that from the beginning you'll be professional and you will be like fully just and only the muscles and total peace and concentration. No. And also it is very rare that from the beginning you will have no concentration at all. So you always have there some kind of like progressive line. And what you can do in the beginning, you can be kinder to yourself. You can be, let's say, you can put your expectations a little lower. So if you do not forget where you are, continue. You would restart only if you totally forgot where you were.
Okay.
But that would be only until you feel that this is what you could do. This is like well done. So then you see that you can really get from the top of the head to the tips of the toes again and again and again without forgetting where you get. If you see that this is happening and you feel very confident, well, then you can increase the requirement. Then you can say, okay, you know what? So now the next requirement will be that if I notice that I have a thought, even though I didn't forget where I am, I will restart. You see, so you can like make it more and more like stricter and stricter as you fulfill the previous easier level. And I entirely leave it up to you how strict or how organized do you want to do this.
Okay. Thank you.
Any more question? Nice. Thank you everyone for coming. I hope you will be successful. If you have any question, please do not hesitate, send me an email. May you be happy, may you be healthy, and may you be successful in everything you do.
Bande, I
Thank you very
think
much.
Maya is still just came here, so she still need to finish her interview session.
Oh, I see, that's right. So Maye,
Sorry about that before, yeah.
so I see that you meditated 2 hours in sitting, 1 hour in walking, and then here it seems to be 5 hours in the other postures. Is that correct?
No, 5 hours. It's only half an hour. It should be 0.5. But there is a format that's not allowing, or whether I didn't manage
Yes.
to put yeah.
Now to put minutes. Okay. So you need
Okay,
to 300 for 5 hours. It would be 300. Okay. I'm happier if you use just the minute number.
sure.
I know there is written time in sitting meditation altogether, but what I mean is the minutes. So you will write 120, and that's all. You do not add any letter to that, nothing, just that number.
I see.
So did you actually meditate altogether 6 hours during the last day?
I wasn't being able to, Xin
Okay.
Piao. Sorry, things are coming up on my screen. Yes, I was just thinking because I this is a half term in UK and I've got both kids at home and their commitment is a bit of a struggle. And my elder son is sitting year 12 A level as well, keeping an eye on him, doing things. So if my question is, if the two position that I said it suits me, is it the only way that I could meditate, or if I could mindfully do things while I'm getting household chores and things like that, can it be done as well?
No, no way. You need to fully concentrate on the instruction that you receive. So I think it'd be probably better if you attend another retreat some other time with
Yes.
full dedication to at least 6 hours of meditation, because there's only this one rule. Meditating 6 hours a day is the only thing that
Yep.
I require. All of the others can be resolved, but these 6 hours need to be meditated every day, and you need to follow the instructions. So that means you need to understand it.
I
And
do.
if you understand, if you follow 6 hours a day, then we can move on. Otherwise, it's better to come to a different retreat where you can fulfill those requirements.
When will be the different retreat? Um,
That I think is better to discuss after we finish this retreat.
sure. Okay.
But you can yes, it's better after this retreat, because now Manvi Anahlai is attending the retreat, so
Have
I'd
to.
like to provide her with the full freedom to meditate. And
Okay. Sure.
Mas Namyai is also busy with this retreat at this moment. So let's
Okay.
discuss another retreat after this one.
Okay. Thank you.
Thank you too. Very well. Now I also realized that I promised to you to give you the 8 precepts. So maybe this is the best time to do that. I would like to ask, because some of you probably do not know how the 8 precepts look like. I would like to ask Manviana to share the screen with it. Do you actually have the 8 precepts with the English letters?
No, I have, but it's not in this computer. I need
No,
to switch.
it's on. No. It's an online site. So I will send it to you here in the chat.
Oh, that's great. Did you send it to me
Yes, right
already?
now. It's in, no, I send it to everybody. Yes, you're there. So we will be sharing it as the screen, please. Elaine, would you like to say something?
Yes, Ayano. Tomorrow I have to go back to work as well. So I would think it's because of the time schedule and these all kind of things a little bit. So I think I prefer to join the next session whenever
Some other
you.
retreat.
Yeah, that would be better for me. Yeah.
Very well. So good luck.
Yeah. Thank you very much, sir.
Now, can you just share the screen of the Google Docs page?
Can you see my screen now?
It's coming up. Oh, there it is. Can you please make it bigger? Can we have it even bigger? Yeah, we can see all of the columns, but can you please make it even one, maybe 10%, 20% bigger? Is this the
How about
biggest
now?
available?
Are we
Okay,
going to
this is,
see the English part or Pali?
yes, I would like to keep the English visible. Yes, I think that this is fine. This is fine. Okay. So we will. So I would like to ask Ma Suyat and Amyai, will you take the 8 precepts, or would you like to stay with 5 precepts?
Today I take 5 precepts.
You take 5
Right.
precepts. So
Yes.
then I will ask Ma Nuyana Lai to repeat after me for all of the others. Is that okay for you?
Yeah.
Yes. Okay. So everybody else, please make sure you're muted, and you can repeat after me. You can follow with Ma Nuyana Lai. Notice here that I'm using the letters A, B, AB. So A is me, B is you. AB means that you repeat after me. So for example, I will say Yamahang Vadami Tang Vadehi. That's what I say because I'm A. And then you say what? You say Ama Bhante because you are B. But then we have AB. So there I will say Aham Bhante. And you need to repeat that after me. So you say also Aham Bhante. All right. The venerable monks and venerable nuns should not repeat after me or join me in this recitation at all, please. Okay, because this is not for monks or nuns. So let's start. Yamahang vadami tang vadetha.
Ama Bande,
Aham bhante.
Aham Bande,
Tisaranena saha.
Tisaranina Saha,
Attanga samannagatam.
Atanga Samanagadam,
Uposatha silang.
Uposatha Silam,
Dhammang yajami.
Damaya Jami,
Anugraham katva.
Anugahan Katwa,
Silang detha me bhante.
Sirandeta Me Bande,
Anukampang ubadaya.
Anugamba Ubadaya,
Dutiyampi aham bhante.
Tudiyambi Aham Bande,
Tisaranena saha.
Tisaranina Saha,
Attanga samannagatam.
Atanga Samanagadam,
Uposatha silang.
Uposatha Silam,
Dhammang yajami.
Damaya Jami,
Anugraham katva.
Anukan Katwa,
Silang detha me bhante.
Sirandeta Me Bande,
Anukampang ubadaya.
Anugamba Ubadaya,
Tatiyampi aham bhante.
Atiyambi Aham Bande,
Tisaranena saha.
Tisaranina Saha,
Attanga samannagatam.
Atanga Samanagadam,
Uposatha silang.
Uposatha Silam,
Dhammang yajami.
Damaya Jami,
Anugraham katva.
Anukan Katwa,
Silang detha me bhante.
Sirandeta Me Bande,
Anukampang ubadaya.
Anugamba Ubadaya,
Namo tassa bhagavato arahato samma sambuddhassa.
Namo Tassa Bhagavato Arahato Sama Sambuddhassa, Namo Tassa Bhagavato Arahato Sama Sambuddhassa, Namo Tassa Bhagavato Arahato Sama Sambuddhassa,
Buddhang saranang gacchami, dhammang saranang gacchami, sanghang saranang gacchami.
Buddhaṃ Saranang Gacchāmi, Dhammam Saranang Gacchāmi, Sangham Saranang Gacchāmi,
Dutiyampi buddhang saranang gacchami, dutiyampi dhammang saranang gacchami, dutiyampi sanghang saranang gacchami.
Dutiyampi Buddhaṃ Saranang Gacchāmi, Dutiyampi Dhammam Saranang Gacchāmi, Dutiyampi Sangham Saranang Gacchāmi,
Tatiyampi buddhang saranang gacchami, tatiyampi dhammang saranang gacchami, tatiyampi sanghang saranang gacchami.
Tatiyampi Buddhaṃ saranang gacchāmi, tatiyampi Dhammaṃ saranang gacchāmi, tatiyampi Sangham saranang gacchāmi.
Saranaгаmanang paripunnang
Amavandi
panatipata
Panatipata
veramani
Vedamani
sikkhapadang
Sikkhapadam
samadhiyami
Samadhiyami
adinadana
Adinadana
veramani
Vedamani
sikkhapadang
Sikkhapadam
samadhiyami.
Samadhiyami.
So the first rule means that we follow the rule of not killing living beings. Make sure you do not kill any living beings. If it is unintentional or if it is invisible, like bacteria or virus, that doesn't count. We do not kill any living beings, such as ants and flies and so on. As for the second rule, we follow the rule of not stealing. That means we do not take what is not given. If somebody forgot something on the street and you think they will never take it again, that it's that they left it, then you can of course take it. But best is if you try to find the owner. If you want to borrow something, you first ask for permission, and you make sure that you take only that what's yours. As for the third precept, during the meditation retreat, I require that you follow these this higher ethics, and that involves that during the meditation retreat, you do not involve in sexual intercourse. So all sexual intercourse should be avoided during these 10 days of this retreat. Abrahma
Abrahma
Charya
Chariya
Veramani
Vedamani
Sikkhapada
Sikkhapadam
Samadhiyami.
Samadhiyami.
The fourth precept means I follow the rule of refraining from false speech. That means you avoid from lying. Instead, whatever you say, you try to say what's truth up to your best knowledge. Musavada
Musavada
Veramani
Vedamani
Sikkhapada
Sikkhapadam
Samadhiyami.
Samadhiyami.
The fifth precept means I follow the rule of refraining from drinking alcohol and taking drugs. So let's do the fifth one again. Sura Meraya
Sura Miraya
Majja
Meja
Pamadatthana
Pamaratana
Veramani
Vedamani
Sikkhapada
Sikkhapadam
Samadhiyami.
Samadhiyami.
The sixth precept is sometimes difficult because it requires that you cannot eat between the noon and the morning next day. No, come with it. So in this sixth rule, you can eat only in the morning from the time that there is dawn until noon. And when it's noon, you stop eating. You cannot eat. You can drink fruit juice. And if you are ill, you can also have honey. You can have ghee, butter, oil. You can have sugar, but that's quite all. In the morning, however, as soon as you see light outside, I mean the natural light, then you can start eating anything that you find suitable, as much as you want, until the midday, when the sun is about above the head. That's when it's midday. So you can repeat after me. Vikala
Vigala
Bhojana
Bhojana
Veramani
Vedamani
Sikkhapadang
Sikkhapadam
Samadhiyami.
Samadhiyami.
Then we have the rule for entertainment and self-embellishment. So the entertainment means that during this retreat, when you follow the 8 precepts, you do not engage in dancing, singing, playing musical instruments, watching funny performances. It also means you do not watch dancing, you do not listen to songs, you do not listen to musical instruments, you do not watch, you do not engage in those performances. You also do not make your body beautiful by flowers, perfumes, ointments, jewelry, or any other kinds of things that could make the body beautiful. For example, piercing is not mentioned here, so that also would count. I personally am fine if you have wedding ring, because I believe it has rather social meaning, but anything else needs to be removed, like your necklaces, your earrings, and all of these things need to be removed. So you can repeat after me. Nachagita,
Nachagita,
Vadita,
Vadita,
Visukadasana,
Visugadasana,
Malagandha,
Malagandha,
Vilepana,
Vilepana,
Dharana,
Dharana,
Mandana,
Mandana,
Vibhusanatthana,
Vibhusanatthana,
Veramani,
Veramani,
Sikkhapada,
Sikkhapadam,
Samadhiyami.
Samadhiyami.
So then the last precept means that you follow the rule of avoiding using large or high beds. If the legs of your bed are up to 13 inches, it is fine. Or you can lie down on a mat, or you can lie down right on the floor, which, however, may be a little dangerous. A little note that monks are actually prohibited to lie down directly on the floor, but lay people are not. Okay, so you can repeat after me. Ujjasayana,
Ujjasayana,
Mahasayana,
Mahasayana,
Veramani,
Veramani,
Sikkhapadam,
Sikkhapadam,
Samadhiyami.
Samadhiyami.
Tisaranena saddheng panchathanga samannagatam uposata silang dhammang sadhukang surakkhitam katva appamadena sampadetha.
Amavandi.
May you be happy, may you be healthy, may you soon attain the eternal bliss of Nibbana.
Thank you, Bante. Sadhu, sadhu, sadhu.
Very well, so see you tomorrow.